Conformist. I said you're a conformist. You realise the whole class president system is just a machine designed by the government to keep us obsequious to the actual class system outside of school, right? They're teaching us to remain repressed and subliminally programming us to obey our superiors. Well, I don't see you as my superior. You're just another idiot with a title. All those superiors outside of school, all those politicians, all those presidents and mayors, they're just idiots with titles. They're not special. You're not special. And I'm not going to obey you. Oh, is that not evident? Obviously, I have a problem with you. You and all your friends really think you're something special, don't you? You really think you're a gift from the universe. The way you talk down to us, the way you spend all the school's money on your campaign events, rather than use it for actually helping the student body. If you guys actually cared about the school, you wouldn't need to squabble over the title of class president. You might have everyone else fooled. But I know you guys only care about yourselves, just like every politician on the planet. Ugh, conformists. Are you some kind of moron? Did I not just tell you exactly why I have a problem with you? Were you not listening? Ugh, what the hell? I thought it seemed like the elevator was taking longer today. Oh, shit. It must have broken down with us in it. Just my luck to die next to a preppy moron in an iron sarcophagus. Lame. You know what? I don't think I care at this point. I'll accept my fate with gratitude. Whoa, dude, for real. Get a grip. You're freaking out over there. Just chill, alright? I don't want to die either, you little dummy. It's called being ironic. Look, see that button there? That's not just there for fun. That's an emergency button. If we press that, it should contact help, or at least I think it should anyway. No, actually, I think it might be a fun idea just to stay here and enjoy our time together. Yes, obviously press it, dumbass. God, you preppy morons have the survival instincts of a rock. Do you want me to do the talking? Fine.
Hello? What's the emergency?
Hey, the elevator's broke. Much like everything else in this school, it's given right the fuck up on living, so do you think you could come and help us?
Is everyone in there okay?
Define okay.
Is anyone in there injured?
Oh no, we're all good. The preppy idiot next to me seems to be having a panic attack though, but other than that, no, everything seems to be fine.
Okay, try to calm them down and sit tight. We'll do our best to come get that fixed for you. If anything changes, contact me immediately for further assistance.
Wait, can't you stay and talk to them? I mean, clearly they're having a...
Thank you for calling us. Goodbye.
This school is literally the biggest joke on the planet. Great. Looks like we're stuck here for a while. I guess that means we can continue our argument on the subjugation of students using a fake socio-political hierarchy then. Listen, all I'm saying is... Dude, calm down. Are you for real right now? You're literally having an actual panic attack. Dude, calm down. Look at me. You need to relax, okay? We're gonna be fine, dumbass. I know I was teasing you, but trust me, this place is as safe as houses, I guarantee it. It's probably just the generators out or something. Look, you need to chill, alright? No, elevators break down all the time, okay? But they have, like, safety things in them that keep them locked in place or something. I don't know, I'm not an elevator engineer. Look, just use your logic, okay? Do you really think they put a machine in a school that could potentially kill us? Do you honestly think the school wants their star pupil, i.e. you, dead? I mean, just imagine the lawsuit that would come out of it. Trust me, we're gonna be fine. You just need to sit tight and wait, okay? Just relax. Oh, look at me. Look. Breathe, okay? Just breathe. No. Focus on the big dumb goth boy in front of you, okay? Just breathe. You know we're gonna be okay. Because I've promised you, and I don't tell lies. You know help is coming. All you need to do right now is breathe and relax, okay? We're not going to run out of oxygen. We're not going to plummet. We are okay. Alright? Look at me. We're okay. You like my makeup and piercings? Thank you. I like your makeup as well. You are wearing makeup, aren't you? Like, or is your skin actually that clean? Look, listen. We're gonna try a grounding technique, okay? That's gonna help you out. No, focus. We're gonna do a grounding technique, okay? This technique is called the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Okay, we'll start at 5, and that's C. Name 5 things you can see around you. You can name me if you like, you can name parts of me. Just name 5 things you can see. Brilliant. Now we'll move on to 4. Name 4 things you can feel. Okay, you can say your clothes, you can say different parts of your clothes. Just name 4 things that you can feel. Brilliant. Now we'll go to 3. Hear. Name 3 things you can hear. What can you hear outside the elevator? Yeah, can you hear those workers? They're trying to save us, and we're going to be fine. Okay, number 2, smell. Name 2 things you can smell. You can smell my cologne. Does it smell nice? It's Sauvage. Taste. Name 1 thing you can taste. I thought you were chewing gum, actually. Do you feel better? So, the idea of that technique is that it's anchoring you in the present, alright? Sensory awareness, okay? Because at the moment, or at least before that, you were having a panic attack, and panic attacks exist entirely in your head. So we need to bring you out of your head and put you in the moment, the present, here, with me. So all that does is bring you out of the nervous spiral, even for a little bit, just so you can regain control. Okay, it's like putting the brakes on a car that's lost control. That's all that was. But anyway, so do you definitely feel a little calmer now? Your breathing's chilled. Good. That's good to hear. All you need to do now is relax and wait for help. You want to know how I immediately knew how to do that? Well, I'm Goth, so anxiety is kind of part of the package deal. I've suffered with anxiety my entire life, and that grounding technique is one of the many CBT techniques I've learnt over the years to help control it. Don't get me wrong, it's not an immediate fix, but it's kind of like paracetamol is to a headache, really. It's just takes the edge off, helps you focus. So yeah. Do you feel better? You've always suffered with anxiety. Really? I never knew that. Look, I'm sorry for being so rude to you. I guess I was in my own head as well. And I created this vision of you where you were the enemy, so to speak. You represented conformity and everything that I'm against, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so cruel. You're okay, alright? I think seeing you vulnerable like that and hearing you have common ground with me. It made you human in my eyes, and I'm sorry for being so rude. Yeah, well, even goths can be sorry. Look, just because I'm goth doesn't mean I'm a piece of shit, alright? It just means that I don't want to be a part of the natural conformity of society. God, I've said that word so many times. It just... I don't know. I see things in a way that most people don't, you know? I don't want to follow in line with everybody. I want to do my own thing. Humans are innately creative, and it feels like society today is repressing creativity, you know? Those that are different are frowned upon, and I don't know. Yeah, look, I could talk about the philosophy of being a goth all day long, but you're not interested in that, and we just need to relax, okay? Why do I hate you so much if I don't even know you? It's like I said, you represented a particular ideology in my mind that I disagreed with heavily. But frankly, if I'm being honest, I disliked you because I was ignorant. I don't hate anyone. I never hated you. I hated how you behaved. I hated your philosophy on life, and I hated your beliefs. But I never hated you. I just saw you as the opposite to everything that I hold dear. Doesn't that make me hypocritical? In what regard are you referring to? Hating someone because they're different than me. You know, I never thought about that. It really does make me hypocritical, doesn't it? I never saw it that way, actually. Just because I want to live a certain way doesn't mean your opinion is invalid. Just because I disagree with it doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm sorry. It was definitely wrong of me to treat you so harshly. You're actually really smart and self-aware, which does beg the question, actually. Why do you fight so hard to be part of the popular crowd? Why do you fight so hard to be class president and all that junk? If you see things so objectively, then why continue to follow suit? Why not make your own path? You know, class president's just for those preppy idiots. It's not for people who think freely. Because you really do want to do right by the school. In my experience, politicians who actually fight for the good of mankind always get overshadowed by those who fight exclusively for titles, votes, and popularity. So are you sure you can do that? That's why you're playing their game. I see. So, you've realised in order to get power and to help people, you need to be like the bad people, but once you are in power, you'll be good for the school. Crafty. Aren't you worried you'll lose all your preppy friends, though, if you do that? Well, that's very noble of you. See, that kind of self-sacrifice is what a genuine leader needs to uphold. I seriously did misjudge you, and I'm sorry about that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm genuinely impressed. You know, you'd make an excellent goth. You're such a renegade. You're so sneaky. I say that because without realising it, the shadows are your allies, which is a wax-poetical way of saying you don't conform to society. You use it, and that's very goth of you. I don't believe in voting for people I don't trust, and largely that means I never vote for anything. However, I have to say, I think I trust you. You might be the first person I actually vote for, God, I really hope you run for actual president outside of school. You are a tenacious one, aren't you? And you know what? I believe you could. Hey, can I ask you something? Well, when you inevitably win class president, because let's face it, you've already won, would you be able to restart the music club? I've been trying to get them to restart the music club ever since they closed it down. They closed it because the football team needed money for their new bus. You know, for like away games and that. But the thing is, they already had a bus. That was perfectly fine. They just wanted to be dicks, I think. You know, the funny thing is, when they took all of our funding for the music club away for their new bus, they didn't even buy a new bus. I'm pretty sure they just spent it on kits or something that they didn't even need. So, I was wondering, do you think you could restart the music club? Because I really miss it. That was already one of your secret plans? Really? Wow. Really, I'm gonna have to vote for you, aren't I? You know, taking money from the jocks isn't gonna win you many friends. Even if it is in the name of fairness. They pretty much run the school. And if you take even a small fraction of their funding, which they don't need, it might win you an awful lot of enemies. Wow, I really am impressed, you know that. For somebody who was having a panic attack 5 minutes ago, you've really shown that you are a remarkably tenacious individual. Your resolve to make the world a better place, it's astounding. You taught me a valuable lesson today, you know that, Preppy? You taught me a lesson to never judge a book by its cover. And I am deeply sorry that I thought wrong of you. But in many ways, wasn't that what you were aiming for? You was aiming to be just like the rest of them, to be thought of as this preppy, gonna make the world a better place just for the higher class kind of individuals. But in reality, you were just using that as a facade to get into power, so you can make it better for everyone. So, actually, I'm not sorry that I was rude to you, because it just means that you're an incredibly intelligent and sneaky individual, which is exactly what you need to be to make the world a better place. I suppose that is a weird compliment, but it's a compliment nonetheless. The world needs more people like you. And frankly, I think your tenacity and your strength, it's all wasted in school. The things you could do outside of school, gosh, gives me hope, you know. To be honest, we don't have to wait long, do we, to see what you'll do outside of school. We're all 18 now, and we're all going to be leaving soon. At the end of the year. I know you'll do great things. And if nobody's told you this, you're a great person. I'm sure loads of people have told you that, but I'm referring to people that actually know who you are deep down. You're a great person. You're welcome. What do I want to do when I leave? Ooh, I don't know actually. I love music, but it's more of a hobby than anything. I actually play guitar. I try to sing, but I'm not a very good singer. However, I don't think I'm going to make a living playing guitar, because it's not the sort of thing you can make a living from unless you're a savant, you know? And I'm no Tim Henson, so yeah, I'll probably won't do that. I want to help people like you as well. Not in a political sense, I'm not that cunning. I have a nasty habit of saying exactly how I feel when I feel it. I can't hide my emotions. So, I've been heavily considering going into the psychiatry profession. I think I'd like to be a therapist, you know? I actually really enjoyed grounding you earlier. I know that's terrible to say, but it made me feel really good knowing that you were able to be calmed by my words. I've suffered with mental health my entire life, and apparently so have you. So you know how much of an ongoing battle it is. And helping people with that seems like the most noble thing I can do. Seems like the most real thing I can do. Plus, it's something that I understand. I feel like a lot of therapists out there, they've never actually experienced the things they're talking about. You know, they'll tell you this and they'll tell you that and they'll explain to you what your emotions are, but they've never actually felt those emotions, whereas I would have. So when I'm talking to somebody who's having a panic attack, when I'd be talking to somebody who's suffering with anxiety and depression, it wouldn't just be coming from a, psychiatry perspective, it would be coming from an actual emotional perspective. That's the thing, what would differentiate me from most therapists, is that I would actually feel it. I would understand what they're feeling. So, yeah, I think I want to go into that profession when I leave. I just hope I'm good enough. It's a difficult job, you know. You think I'd make an amazing therapist? That makes me really happy. The Goth therapist. How unique. You know, there's a lot of creativity in therapy. In fact, I'd say it's one of the most creative professions in the world. Unlike a lot of medicine, which requires a set treatment plan, you know, like take this, if that doesn't work, take this, if that doesn't work, take this. With therapy, every single treatment is different. Every single one. And I think it takes a great deal of creativity to be able to look at somebody, to understand somebody, and to work out just what they need to be happy. In many ways, being a therapist actually isn't the therapist working out how to make them happy, but more teaching them ways that they themselves can work out how to make themselves happy. And it's not just happiness, you know. Happiness is a broad spectrum term. When I say making somebody happy, I'm referring to it in such a holistic sense. I'm referring to it as easing trauma. I'm referring to it as coping mechanisms for bipolar. I'm referring to it as just generally bringing people to a place where life is easier for them. So, yeah, that's what I mean by making them happy. I've really enjoyed our time together, by the way. That makes me really happy. Thank you. Me and you are gonna do great things to this world, you know that? In all the best ways. Once again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how I was to you. Yeah, you're gonna take it as a compliment. Good. Yeah, you like my lip piercing. Thank you. You said you liked my piercings earlier when you were having a panic attack. Do you have any piercings of your own? Oh, really? Cool. You know, piercings for me actually hurt way more than tattoos. I've got a couple of tattoos, I've actually got 3. Yeah, you can't see them because of the long sleeves, but, you know, maybe someday I'll show them to you, if you wanted. Yeah? Well, why would that be a problem? I mean, aren't we both friends now? Wow, that wasn't me trying to be smooth, but fuck, it come off like that, didn't it? We are friends though, aren't we? Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, you'd really like to see my tattoos someday. You'd really like to see more of me as well. Oh, wow, that really did come off as fresh. Hey, there's no need to get flustered. Wow, this took a really weird turn really quick. You know, for a preppy individual, you are remarkably pretty. I'm sorry if that's rude, but I've always thought that about you. You do have this air of alternativeness to you, and I like that. What's wrong with that? I'm just saying how I feel. Like I said, I can't hide my emotions. And right now, I want to say you're pretty. And I just can't hold it back. You think I'm pretty too? Do you like Goth boys? Yeah, you do. That's really good to hear. Maybe we could go do something after school at some point. No, that's true. You do have to hide the fact that you're with a lowly goth in front of all the preppy kids. That's really noble of you. Yeah, your mission comes first, does it? I won't get in the way of your mission. Still, I see no reason why we can't have a secret date, can you? I did just call it a date. I can see in your eyes and the way you're getting so flustered that you like the fact that I called it a date. It makes me really happy as well. So, would you like to go on a secret date with this goth kid? Yeah. What would we do on the date? You're the one getting closer to me, actually. I haven't moved. Oh, and now you've put your hand on my chest. See, this is all you. I'm doing nothing but speaking. You're the one who moved closer. You're the one who put your hand on my chest. So what are we gonna do? Hi, it looks like they got the elevator fixed. Right then, thank you for that conversation. I'm gonna carry on. You're gonna be okay, aren't you? Yeah? Good. Remember, I'll see you after school. I'm so glad to be out of that elevator with that preppy dork. So annoying. And yet, so much fun.